If you're watching this video, I assume you also saw the first version of the Benelli M4 burndown and the absolute shit show that it caused in the comments. If you didn't watch the video, short version, we didn't make it through 200 rounds of 12 gauge with the Benelli M4 in the last test because we had a catastrophic failure, but not with the gun. The failure was caused by the third-party components, namely shot tube, handguard, and bolt release, which were all poorly installed, causing the gun to fall apart.
This thing is effed. Like, it is. Here, I'll take it off real quick, but look at this.
There are factory and third-party shot tubes available, and there are several handguard options on the market as well. However, this might be a surprise to you, none of them will work properly if they aren't installed properly. Thus, I was surprised at some of you out there commenters who, in spite of clear evidence that the problem with the gun in the first test was just bad gunsmithing, nonetheless concluded that their Turkish M4 clones were superior to this Italian semi-automatic shotgun used by the Marines and Special Forces units around the world. I guess I'm not too surprised, really. Cheap shotgun owners will search like the poverty Coast Guard for just about any reason to justify their purchases. We vowed to run the test again, but to remove the brain-dead gunsmith variable from the equation, we kinda did a good job of that this time. We also ordered new parts. Ryan, a capable gunsmith himself, handled the installation personally.
Same shotgun, different look. This is my personal Benelli M4. We still have the Briley carbon fiber shot tube on there, but as you can see, we put the Mesa Tactical out of Reno, Nevada. Their aluminum M-LOK handguard. I like it a lot better than the Strike that we had on there. Ryan hooked this thing up, Surefire light with an Arasaka mount. Surefire pressure pad with the Cloud Defensive Light Control System here. We've got a LaRue mount, QD mount, the low mount with an Aimpoint T1 micro. We took off the Bubba stick, or rather it broke off in the last video, so we're just running the factory bolt release. We've got the adjustable stock as God intended, and the Walker Defense rail scales here. So we've got a nice little setup, a little bit better than what we had last time, handled by a little bit more competent gunsmith. So we're gonna see how it runs today in the 500 round burndown.
We headed out to the range prepared for one of the most brutal shotgun burndowns that we have ever run on this channel. This time we had everything from the lightest competition birdshot to the heaviest 3-inch Magnum.
Today we've got higher quality parts, we've got a better install, and worse ammo. This is a 500 round grab bag of a bunch of random ammo. Some of it being stuff that is too old to sell. Ryan, this is your box that you were gonna shoot. This is my stuff right here.
Including a lot of older buck and birdshot that had rusty, oxidized brass rims. We truly threw everything we had at the Benelli M4, which is renowned for being the most durable and reliable semi-automatic shotgun ever made. So how did it stack up?
500 round burndown, commence. Woo. Dude, I just had a pellet come back and hit me in the face. Last thing we got, Federal multi-purpose shot shell. I've made this stuff since 1993. Last two. There we go, we're done. 500 round, thank God.
As I said in the last video, perhaps it's the weight, perhaps it's the dual piston ARGO gas system, maybe a little column A, a little column B, but the Benelli M4 is probably the softest shooting 12 gauge shotgun I've ever shot. but you might forget that whenever you run 3-inch high brass through it.
3-inch Magnum, number 4 shot. This stuff's pretty hot. Federal Classic Steel Magnum 3-shot. This is gonna suck.
You can see in this slow motion footage that I'm shooting a tube full of Magnums after already shooting several hundred rounds of buck and slugs, and I am no longer having a good time at this point in the video. As you might expect, no matter what we threw at the Benelli M4 as far as self-defense ammo, we had no issues.
All in all, really good performance, much better than last time. See, this is what happens whenever you have a quality gunsmith install quality components. Everything held together, nothing got loose. Yeah, stop giving yourself credit, Ryan. No, you should. You should, you deserve it.
The thing's an absolute monster with proper 2 3/4-inch buckshot, light recoiling, more than adequate payload.
10 of the Sterling slugs, and then a whole box of Federal heavy field.
Recoil doesn't look so bad on those.
No, I'm just trying to figure out where I need to hold.
For that matter, we had ammo that had to have been 50 years old, and we ran it through this gun without an issue. As with every TFBTV video, this was a brutal torture test lasting 500 rounds, with Ryan and I constantly swapping, taking turns, loading and firing the shotgun until we ran out of ammo. In the process, the barrel gets so hot that you can't even hold the handguard, so periodically we also have to dump water on the barrel and handguard area to cool the gun down. The point is, this is a pretty tough test. We've had more shotguns fail this test than pass it.
I mean, look, you can see that roll pin's almost kind of splitting there. Yep, same thing. It won't load for whatever reason. Oh!
With in-spec, aftermarket modifications, and good gunsmithing, our gun stayed in one piece the whole time. That's unlike the Turkish Benelli M4 clone that we used a few videos ago, which, I guess to be fair, did stay together even though it couldn't run a box of shells without some sort of malfunction. So, with apologies to the Just As Good gang, reports of the Benelli M4's death were greatly exaggerated. We did, however, have a handful of issues during this burn down. We had 6 unusual malfunctions, mostly with birdshot. I think perhaps all with birdshot.
Oh, hold up. I don't know if that's a me issue or a shotgun issue, but it locked all the way to the rear. And it's like same thing as last time. We had interesting, like a little
Gotta pull back.
yeah. Second time that's happened where the bolt has just locked to the rear. Oh, yep. Locked open again. See that? It's 4th time that's happened. Slug, here we go.
The bolt would lock back with a shell in the open chamber. I'm not going to speculate as to what caused that. Okay, maybe I'll speculate a little bit. Could have been because I was still using the spring from the 5-round original shot tube in this new 7-round shot tube. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why that would cause the malfunction, but that is what Google told me. That, or maybe we dicked up the bolt release with the Bubba stick, slamming that thing in the last test. It could also be that some semi-automatic shotguns that work perfectly fine with buckshot and slugs can have failures to cycle birdshot because birds sometimes won't generate enough recoil to properly cycle the semi-automatic action. But I don't think I've ever had that problem before with a factory Benelli M4, but racking the charging handle, hitting the bolt release, that fixed the issue, and it only happened 5 or 6 times. Thus, we're going to give the Benelli M4 a pass. Most importantly, at the end of this test, the gun was still operational and had not engaged the self-disassembly feature from last time. While it wasn't 100% reliable, it was 99% reliable. The failures, again, could have been because this was not a stock gun. It would be unfair to penalize the M4 as a design when almost every other shotgun we've used in these burn downs has been unmodified, while this one was modified. But you can criticize the M4 for needing these modifications. Beretta has worked around import laws, and they've added pistol grips and an extended shot tube to the imported Italian 1301, so Benelli should be able to figure this out, and instead of dropping this problem of a neutered $2,000 shotgun in the buyer's lap, maybe they could figure out a way to do that modification stateside. As far as some automatic shotguns go, we've only had 4 shotguns now past the 500 round burn down. Which one of those shotguns is the best? Stay tuned, because we're going to be at Langdon Tactical shooting a shotgun course next week, and we will hear from the man himself which shotgun he thinks is the best. You know what I think is the best? You're the best. For watching TFBTV, we are viewer supported. We need your help. Consider supporting us on Patreon, Utreon, or Subscribestar. If you are a Utreon or Subscribestar member, we give away $1,900 of gift certificates to Top Gun Supply, your online shooting sports superstore, and Blue Alpha every single month. If you're at the $5 level or higher for support, we need you guys, so we give you something back in exchange. Thank you to Ventura Munitions for sending a lot of the ammo we used in this test. But once again, thank you all for watching. Take care.
Damn it, this big fucking bee will not get off my shoe.